Start lecția numărul 1, limba engleză.
Hello, dear friend, and welcome to another virtual English lesson. I am Diana Jelihovschii.
I am Maria Johnson. Today we're going to speak about communication and more exactly about online communication. First, I would like to start with Sophia Loren's statements. When people are not online, they use a variety of communication methods, including phone calls, written letters, and face-to-face conversation. We use different methods depending on the situation.
Online communication is very similar. People may use instant messaging, video chat, or social networking, depending on the situation. You can choose whichever method best fits your needs.
Online communication refers to the ways in which individuals as well as computers can communicate with each other over a computer network, such as the internet. These ways include chat rooms, emails, filling out online forums, instant messaging, posting comments on websites such as blogs, social networking sites.
What is chat room? A chat room is an internet client that allows users to communicate in real time using typed text, symbols, or audio. A modern-day analog to yesterday's telephone party lines and allows individual parties to talk to as many as 23 other parties at one time.
Another very popular tool used in online communication is the email. The email, an acronym for electronic email, is the application that initially popularized the internet. It allows a user to type in one or more email addresses, compose a message, and send it to another user or a group of users.
What do you know about the forum? A forum is an online discussion site where people can hold conversations, conduct transactions, or provide information in the form of posted messages. There is a great variety of forums where you can share your ideas or you can find a lot of interesting information or, why not, friends.
Instant messaging is another one. You probably know it as IM or iChatting. It's a popular method of internet communication that allows for an instantaneous transmission of messages to other users who are logged on at the same IM service.
Instant messaging is one of the fastest growing services on the internet. IM combines the immediacy of a telephone call with the network presence of electronic mail to create an instantaneous system for exchanging messages between users. It is simplest form. IM applications are used for the synchronous exchange of text messages.
However, recent developments in IM technology allow for users to exchange files, images, videos, and even voice messages.
The next tool widely used in online communication are social networking sites. These are websites that connect people. In these online communities, people can join for free and, at a minimum, establish a page with their profile.
The most popular of these is MySpace and Facebook. Also have groups, which are feature-rich chat boards for members. Social networking sites may be the ultimate expression of user-generated content. Sites like Facebook are among the fastest-growing communities in the digital world. They allow users to create personal profiles or web pages and link them to the profiles of others to create a network of friends and friends of friends.
Consumers of all ages are using social networking sites, although research suggests that there are two main clusters of users, one younger and one older, and that these groups have different objectives. Younger users are more likely to use the site as an extension of their existing offline relationships, and older users, deeply invested in strangers, are using the site to make friends, network professionally, and find dates.
Teenagers are reputedly among the most enthusiastic users. 9 out of 10 most popular sites among 12 to 17-year-olds were social networking sites or sites that provided related tools or content.
But you do not have to forget about staying safe online. No matter how you communicate online, you'll need to think about privacy and safety. Each service that we'll discuss has its own privacy settings. It's helpful to review these settings before using any service to avoid revealing your conversations and personal information to a broader audience.
Act as if you were communicating offline. Remember, everything you write online is relatively permanent. So even passing comments could have negative consequences for you or someone in the future.
Yeah.
We discussed about different ways of using online communication, and we also have to mention their advantages and disadvantages.
So I will present the first advantage. The first one is flexibility. Accessible 24/7, any place as long as you have an internet connection.
However, the disadvantage is text-based. Predominantly relies on inputting text, which can be challenging for those who don't like to write or have poor keyboard skills. But with the advance of broadband connectivity and voice and video conference technology, this will be less of an issue.
And another advantage is leveling. Reserved people who usually don't speak up can say as much as they like, while loud people are just another voice and can't interrupt.
However, no physical cues, without facial expressions and gestures, or the ability to retract immediately, there's a big risk of misunderstanding someone on online communication.
The next one is documented. Unlike verbal conversation, online discussion is lasting and can be revisited.
However, information gets overloaded. A large volume of messages can be overwhelming and hard to follow, even stress-inducing at times.
Encourages reflection. Online communication encourages reflection. Participants don't have to contribute until they've thought about the issue and feel ready.
And another disadvantage is time lag. With some online communications, even if you log on daily, 24 hours can seem like a long time if you're waiting for a reply. And then the discussion could have moved on and left you behind.
And the last one I would like to list is limitless. You can never predict where the discussion will go. The unexpected often results in increased incidental learning.
And the last disadvantage is isolation. Some learners prefer to learn on their own and don't participate in discussions, and this can lead to isolation.
Maria, what tool do you usually use in online communication?
I usually use instant messaging and Facebook.
What about you, dear students? What web tool do you usually use in your online communication? Let's have a look at this picture and try to make some predictions. What way of online communication is this girl using at the moment? How do you think, Maria?
It looks as though she's doing what most young people do, probably on Facebook or Instagram. What other way do you think teenagers might use?
Let's give the possibility to the student to answer to this question.
Very good. What do you use most often? All right. Moving, let's make a little transition now into our verb tenses.
So, we will continue to speak about present continuous tense.
Let's look at the first use of the present continuous tense. Use the present continuous tense with normal verbs to express the idea that something is happening now, at this very moment. It can also be used to show that something is not happening now.
And we have some examples.
You are learning English now. I am not standing. Why aren't you doing your homework?
The second use of the present continuous tense. No longer actions in progress now. In English, now can mean this second, today, this month, this year, this century, and so on. Sometimes we use the present continuous to say that we are not in the process of doing a longer action which is in progress. However, we might not be not doing it at this exact second. And the examples. I am reading the book Tom Sawyer. Are you working on any special projects at work? I am not reading any books right now.
The third use. Sometimes speakers use the present tense continuous to indicate that something will or will not happen in the near future. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Is he visiting his parents next weekend? I am meeting some friends after work. Isn't he coming with us tonight?
Okay. Use number 4. Repetition and irritation with always. The present continuous with words such as always or constantly expresses the idea that something irritating or shocking often happens. Notice that the meaning is like simple present, but with negative emotion. Remember to put the words always or constantly between be and verb plus ing. And let's have a look to the examples. She is always coming to class late. He is constantly talking. I wish he would shut up. I don't like them because they are always complaining.
It is important to remember that non-continuous verbs cannot be used in any continuous tenses. Also, certain non-continuous meanings for mixed verbs cannot be used in continuous tenses. Instead of using present continuous with these verbs, you must use simple present. For example, she is loving this chocolate ice cream.
Not correct.
She loves this chocolate ice cream.
Correct. Online communication is a form of communication using the various channels available on the internet to communicate and interact online to relay a message to a targeted audience.
The COVID-19 pandemic has brought a seismic shift not only through the business world, but in all areas, especially in the area of concerns with communication. Collaborate and communicate with your peers from all over the world. Do not forget about online safety and security, and try to be polite online and communicate as in the real life.
So, stay safe and do not forget to communicate. Goodbye.
Bye.